Long ago, in a lush African forest where the trees whispered ancient secrets and the rivers sang lullabies, there lived a hunter named Kofi. Kofi was renowned across many villages for his skill with a bow and arrow. His aim was so precise that he could shoot a leaf from a tree 100 paces away. But Kofi had a flaw that dimmed his brilliance: he was consumed by greed. No matter how much game he caught, it was never enough. He always wanted more meat, more hides, more glory. One dry season, when the animals were scarce and the villagers grew hungry, Kofi ventured deeper into the forest than he ever had before. He had heard tales of a sacred grove, guarded by the spirits, where a magical antelope roamed. This antelope, it was said, had golden hooves that sparkled like the sun and a coat that shimmered like moonlight. Whoever caught it would gain endless wealth, for its hooves could summon riches from the earth itself. Kofi's heart burned with desire. If I catch this antelope, he thought, I will be the greatest hunter in all the land, and no one will ever go hungry under my name. As Kofi trekked through the forest, the air grew thick with a strange stillness. The birds stopped singing, and the wind held its breath. Finally, he reached a clearing bathed in golden light. There stood the antelope, its hooves gleaming, its eyes wise and deep, as if it could see into Kofi's soul. He raised his bow, his fingers trembling with greed, and took aim. But before he could release the arrow, the antelope spoke in a voice like rolling thunder. Kofi, son of the earth, why do you seek me? Your quiver is already full, your home heavy with hides. What more do you need? Kofi, startled but unyielding, replied, I want wealth beyond measure. I want to be remembered forever. You will make me the greatest of all. The antelope tilted its head, its eyes glinting with knowing. Very well, it said. Shoot your arrow, and I will grant your wish. But beware, for greed blinds the heart and twists the path. Kofi, too consumed by his ambition to heed the warning, let his arrow fly. It struck the antelope, and in an instant, the creature vanished in a burst of light. In its place stood a golden pile of treasures, gems, coins, and ornaments that sparkled brighter than the stars. Kofi's heart leaped with joy. He filled his sack until it could hold no more, laughing as he imagined the envy of his village. But as he turned to leave, the forest changed. The trees grew taller, their branches twisting into a maze that blocked the sun. The path he had taken disappeared, and the air grew heavy with whispers. Greedy one, the voices hissed, you took more than you needed. Now you will wander until you learn. Kofi stumbled through the forest, his sack of treasures growing heavier with every step. Hours turned to days, and days to weeks. The gold, once a symbol of triumph, became a burden. His stomach growled, for he had no food, and the rivers he found were dry. The treasures he carried began to dull, turning to dust in his hands. Yet still, he clutched the sack, unable to let go of his greed. One night, exhausted and lost, Kofi collapsed under a baobab tree. An old woman appeared, her face wrinkled like the bark of the tree, her eyes kind but stern. Kofi, she said, the forest has tested you, and you have failed. The antelope offered you a choice, but you chose greed over wisdom. To return home, you must give up what you value most. Kofi, desperate and weary, looked at the sack of crumbling treasures. His heart ached, for he had dreamed of glory for so long. But he knew the truth now, his greed had trapped him. With trembling hands, he emptied the sack, letting the dust scatter into the wind. As the last grain fell, the forest shimmered, and the path home appeared before him. When Kofi returned to his village, he was a changed man. He shared his remaining game with the hungry, taught young hunters to take only what they needed, and spoke of the forest's lesson. The villagers, once in awe of his skill, now honored his wisdom. And though he never saw the golden antelope again, Kofi found something greater than wealth, a heart at peace. Moral: greed blinds us to what we already have, but wisdom brings true contentment.